How's it going, everybody? In this video, we're going to take a look at dealing with BGP weight as the attribute. And again, this is only going to be effective if we have a valid next hop. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is doing a show IP BGP. And as you can see, any route where it's got an asterisk next to it and a greater than sign, that is going to mean we have a valid next hop. So not necessarily a valid next hop, because like right here we have this guy right here happens to be the best route out. And if you take a look at this, sitting next to this route here, we have it coming in. Now there's no greater than sign next to the star, but it's still a valid route. But at least there's a we have the greater than sign next to the asterisk of the star, so it's a star greater than sign, which is a good sign. That means that we have a valid next hop, everything looks good, and we're ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at weight from a link status, in addition to how we would use it on for traffic back out to the network. So right now what we are doing, and we want to make sure that we're looking at this from the perspective of we find a route and we manipulate that route. So we find out what was already been done and we manipulate it so it chooses the other guy. So in this case, we want to make sure that when traffic is going out towards, and we want to pick a route like 10.255.14.14. So right now the route is going out 137. So that means that it's leaving at 137, which means it's going out this way, right? But we want it to leave out the 56 route, which is going from router 5 to 6. And actually, if we look at this, let me do a show run pipe section BGP. I think I want to remove that out of there. Yes. So we go to the global config. Let me pull that route out of there because that's going to screw people up. So we're going to type in router BGP 12345 and type in no and pull this guy out. Take that neighbor relationship down. And that'll be that one. Show IP BGP. And that's better. So now we're learning it via 6. And because he's got the shorter AS hop. And actually, let's see here. 67. Do I have a peer into that one too? Let's see what I got going on here. I want to remove all the weirdness that I had configured previously. I did. That's because I bet you 3's got it appearing. I do a show run pipe section BGP. Yeah, that's where it's coming from. So go to global config, router BGP 12345, and type in no 67. That'll get rid of that. And now we'll go back to 5. It's 36, 135, and 135 and 56. All right, so that's what we're looking for. So right now it's learning it via 56, but we want to learn it via 135 though, the other direct connected neighbor that we have here. So the way we can do that is we can go global config. We type in router BGP 12345 and type in neighbor of 135.0.0.1, and we could say the let's see here, or is it address family? Address family IPv4 neighbor of 135.0.0.1, and then the weight should be the bottom. Yep, there's the weight. Weight is going to be, we'll say 5,000. So we're going to type in do show IP BGP, and let's see, is that right? So there was no original wait there because it was being learned in remotely. So that's going to be how we set that, and we're going to do a since we set that. Notice how nothing's changed though, because this is where the wait would sit, is in this column right here. So we're going to type in, we have to type in do clear IPBGP star soft, and do a show IPBGP, and there it is. Now notice how anything from 135 now has a wait of 5,000. Notice how that's changed now. That's 5,000. Notice how that's changed for every route from 5,000 or from there. So it doesn't matter what the route is. We changed it for the neighbor. So any routes being learned via 135, that's coming in via 5,000. Okay. Now that may or may not be the way you want it to work. So how can we zero this down to not do that? Well, we can hit the up arrow and type in no neighbor, and we can do a route map, and we could say call a prefix list to the route map and state that we want to affect the wait based off of a prefix, or we could do it based off of an AS number. So let's do it off of an AS number, then do it off of a prefix. So we're going to actually exit out of here and exit out of here. So we're going to type in IP AS path question access list. Now the AS path access list, the idea behind this is you're going to be specifying a particular AS number. So we already know the AS number. Well, you might say, we do? How do we know that? Well, we're going to use a regular expression. If you've never seen regular expression, this is a programming code that you can use to tell BGP which particular autonomous system to pay attention to. Now, I'm going to keep it very, very basic. I'm going to be saying from a particular what do you call it? Autonomous system number, which is going to be 1414. So I'm going to specifically state that anything coming through 789, we want to set the let's see here. I'm going to choose, I'm going to say anything coming from 789, I want to set the wait to be 5,000 on this link right here, right? So I'm going to say, and the regular expression, this is going to be ASPath 1, and then we're going to say permit, and we have to use a regular expression. So we're going to say anything that came from caret 789 $, I believe is the syntax. Let me just double check that real quick and pull this up, and we're going to say BGP regular expression, and we're going to click on that. I'm going to bring this over here, bring this in just a little bit. So caret and then $. So if you want to do a, let me see here. Let me bring this over real quick. The idea behind this is actually pretty simple. You want to specify a, where is it? It is caret and matches the string or null string at the beginning of an input. So this guy and then so we're going to say caret $. So that should be all we need to do. Let's see. I mean, you can get pretty unique in how it actually would go out and find these guys. Let's see. It says, let me just double check something real quick, because I'm not sure if that's 100% right. I think I have it written down. Let's see. Let me double check something real quick. do, let's see, regular expressions. Okay, so it's a okay. There we go. So it's underscore $100 so originating in the that's what I was actually looking for. So let's actually do that. Let's close this guy out. So it's actually, my syntax is incorrect. Underscore $789 $. So we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna call a route map. So route dash map. We're gonna say wait, WEIGHT, and we're gonna say match address, and actually match IP. Actually, is it AS path 1, and we're gonna hit enter and set the weight to be 5,000. Okay, so I type in do show IP BGP. Notice how the weight, actually let's do a click do clear IP BGP star soft, and that should clear that amount. There we go. So now I'm going to type in do show run pipe section route map, and I want to see exactly what the syntax says. So syntax is going to state that I want to match AS path 1, which is going to be matching the traffic coming from 789, and I want to set the weight to be 5,000. So I'm going to type in router BGP 12345, and right now if we look, anything coming from 789, right? Anything that's being originated in 789. So I was typing do show IP BGP regex underscore 789 $. It would only show me routes that are coming from 789, that originated in 789. Okay? And even though it looks like there's a lot more, there really isn't. That's all that's being originated. So I'm going to say that's fine, and then I want to take, and I'm going to type in neighbor, or actually I should say address family IPv4 neighbor of 135.0.0.1 route map weight WGHT, and I'm going to say, remember, we want to affect, let me scroll up here real quick and find it, the best path selection algorithm, how routes are going to leave the network. It's going to be inbound. We're going to say in, and do clear IP BGP star soft, do show IP BGP. Now you see 789. We have 5,000. So we've only got we've only got one in there, which is fine. It was originated in 789. That's the only one that comes up. So now we're going to be using 135. So now if I type it was to go to router 1 and do a trace route to 101.0.0.9, I will leave out 135. Oh, I'm sorry, no, I won't. But see, it's only if traffic goes through router 5. So now if I go to router 4, that's the thing. Weight is locally significant to the router. So the router's not going to trace route through. So trace route to 101.0.0.9. There we go. We go 135. So I went to router 5, and it went out 135. Now if I was to pull this off and hit the up arrow and type in no and do clear IP BGP star soft and go back to router 4, it might be different this time. Well, it's going to stay the same because that's the particular route that it takes. But as you can see, if we go back to 5 and do show IP BGP, now that route is gone. But if you notice, we actually lost a lot of stuff when we did that. And that's because of the fact that we didn't do a permit any. So the way we do that is actually we hit the up arrow again and reapply that. Okay, and do clear IP BGP star soft. Now if you notice here, we actually it's affecting it, but we're actually losing some routes. If we look up to here, we had a little bit more going on. At least it looks like it. Yeah, I think we lost a few. No, I think we're okay. Typically, what you would do in the route map, and I'll do this here, I'll exit out of here and type in route-map, W-E-I-G-H-T, you would say type in a permit 20, and then that's all you would do. So do show run pipe section BGP. Now what we'd end up doing here is we've set the weight, or actually not BGP, but the route map. Route-map. By doing this, you put a secondary, you put a permit any in there, and that allows, doesn't match or set anything, so it allows everything to go through it. So now we type in do show IP BGP. Everything's being permitted through, and I think that clears that up a little bit. Looks a little bit better now. So now we type in, hit the up arrow and type in _ 789 $. Oh, sorry. Regex. We have the weight of 5,000 being originated. But it's only going to be 135. Notice okay, that's the only route that it's being learned in on. Now if we were to associate that to both of these routes, then it would go for that too. So we could do that as well. So type in router BGP 12345 and type in address family IPv4 and type in neighbor of 36.0.0.1. Route-map is going to be WEIGHT in. And okay, we don't actually have a peering to that one. That's why. So we're learning that with these guys through iBGP. Actually, if we were just to take this guy and make this 56 and do clear IPBGP star soft and then do a, you'll see that now both of them have 5,000, but this guy's still the preferred path. So now if we were to pull that off, now it's gone again. So we're able to affect the traffic however we want to. Now that's for a particular AS number. What if we want to associate it to a particular prefix? So now let's take a look at doing do show IPBGP, and I want to see what 14. 14 is going out 56. I want it to go out 135. Okay. So now what I can do is I can go to that same neighbor using the route map, and I can set the I can match a prefix list as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to type in IP prefix list. We're going to say R14, and we're going to say permit 10.255.14.14/32, and we're also going to permit everything else through. I have to double check on this one. I'm not 100% sure exactly what my syntax is going to be off the top of my head. I'll have to permit it and then see if I need to add in a statement here. But I'm going to type in route-map WEIGHT. You can tell I work with EIGRP a lot. Weight, and we're going to say 10. We're going to say match IP address in prefix list R14. Okay, so do show run pipe section BGP or a route dash map. I'm matching the AS path plus the prefix list and R14. So I'm setting it to a weight of 5,000. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to type in, because it's already associated, I'm going to type in do clear. Actually, let's do a do show IPBGP real quick. And we're going to see that it hasn't been affected yet. Or we're going out 56 for that link right now. What I'm going to do is a do clear IPBGP star soft. And then do a show IPBGP again. And I might have the syntax incorrect in there. So let's see. I find it easier if I don't have the additional issue in there. So it's actually going to go type in do show run pipe section route dash map. Let me tweak that real quick. And type in no here. And then we're going to type in the do clear there it goes. So now we're choosing 135 to get there, and we're not affecting any other traffic. So that's the only one we was specific to a particular route instead of a particular AS number. So we were able to go really, really wide to a particular autonomous system number to a particular route. So that's basically what we wanted to accomplish. So that is WAIT in a nutshell. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.